Today, guys, I want to talk to you about the different hardnesses and different types of wood. So there's a lot of different advantages and disadvantages out there. Again, what are they? Well, again, oak is what a lot of people know. I mean, oak has been around forever, of course. You've probably seen it in numerous different applications, from your trim to your wood floor to your cabinets and all other different things in your house. So oak is a great product. That's why it's used so much. It's a very stable wood, so it doesn't expand and contract dramatically. It does still move, but it's not as bad as some. And then also, oak is a pretty darn hard wood. It's not super hard, and I want to touch on those things with you guys today. So, why might you choose maple over oak? Well, maybe it's the look. So of course you can see here with the two different ones, it just has a definitely different appearance to it, a little different grain pattern, all of that. But another thing that might make maple a little bit better for your home is it is a little harder than oak. Not dramatically, but a little bit. And so it's going to be a little more resistant to denting, the dog claw marks, things of that nature. But maple is a little less stable. It's going to expand and contract. You might get a little more gapping in a maple floor than you do in an oak. Now, we could even go from those two. We're going to start talking about Janka hardness. In the scales of wood, when they test the hardness, they're going to actually take a 1/4 inch steel ball, little tiny ball, on the end of a steel rod, and then they're going to actually push that into the wood until it goes 1/8 of an inch into the wood. That's how they measure the density of the wood, so the dent resistance, in other words. The oak that we were just looking at a moment ago, you're looking at about 1275 on the PSI for the Janka hardness scale. When we go to, again, that maple we were looking at, it's about 16, 14, somewhere right in there. But when you get all the way up to like Brazilian cherry or the acacia behind it, acacia is usually between 17 and 2,200, so we're starting to get a little over 2,000 here. And that Brazilian cherry, which the reason that you guys probably tell in the video I'm kind of struggling holding this, it's super heavy, super dense, and so of course the dent resistance on this is going to be a lot higher. It's actually usually around 2,800, so almost 1,000 psi harder than the oak. And so then today you've also probably seen some other different wood products out there, which maybe they're not really wood. Let's take bamboo. It's a grass, right? So traditional bamboo, even if it's actually grown properly, you're going to find it's around the hardness of maple. So it's a little harder than oak, but not bad. And then if we look at how bamboo grows, it grows very fast. And if they actually chop out the part that grows really fast, it's about the hardness, honestly, of pine. So it's pretty soft. But another technology that's came out recently is really cool stuff, and we'll show you some pictures on that here. What you're going to see is strand woven. They peel it apart. If you've ever taken a blade of grass, you can peel it apart. Well, they do the same thing with the bamboo. They then cross weave it back together, put a whole bunch of epoxy in it, and then a lot of times they'll either use a cold press or a hot press, depending on the brand and technology, and that creates hardnesses even above this on some of those products, over 3,000 psi on the Janka scale. So super dense material. Actually so hard, we actually won't go in and do a nail down installation with it, because when you try to nail it, it busts the tongues off. So we can talk more about that, of course, you guys, when you come in, advantages and disadvantages of the brands, and that's again the difference in hardness and difference of woods.